Hi, thank you for joining. This is Tammi Morrison of Unleashing Your True Self, and you are watching Straight Out of Savannah, talking with Tammi with my guest, Erica Mariscal. She is an amazing healer, and now we're going to get into it. She's going to tell you a little bit about herself and her mission for this planet, and then we'll go from there. Erica?
Hey, Tammi, thank you for allowing me in your space and sharing this space with me. So I am a shaman. I I help people to really discover themselves, to find their true happiness, their true love within themselves, helping people heal their inner child, connect with their inner child, their inner being, and build a connection that is profound within yourself. And I work with women, men, children, families, and I help families understand each other. I help them um, speak the same language
Mhm.
because a lot of children are very awakened and the
Right.
parents may not be. And so what I do is I help align the parents with these gifted awakened children by helping them tap more into their intuitive self.
That is amazing. So, how did you come about doing this type of work and explain to the people what actually is a shaman? Because a lot of people hear the term, and I actually talked to somebody this morning, and they thought that women couldn't be shamans.
Oh.
Right. So I thought it would be amazing and awesome for you to explain, number one, what is a shaman? And number two, how did you come to know that that was something that you were supposed to do?
So, when I was growing up, I went to a Native American school my whole life, from K-5 to 8th grade. I come from a Native American background. My grandparents are Native American. My grandma lives on the reservation. And so I always had the roots of connecting with the healing and the ancestors and just the medicine from the Native Americans.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a period that I kind of put it on hold.
Right.
And growing up, went to high school and really didn't stay with that aspect of my life.
Mm-hmm.
And 3 years ago, when my uncle passed away, what was an awakening again for me to really step into owning my own gifts.
Mm-hmm.
I am also a medium, so I can see the soul self. I can see inside of somebody's eyes through just looking at them.
Mm-hmm.
And so as and the shaman aspect, it helps me to see what's internally inside of you. So a shaman is a healer. It's a person that navigates and helps you unblock emotions that are stuck within the energetic body. And so what a shaman does, we help you energetically remove these challenges or blocks, however you want to see them as.
Mm-hmm.
And through this, we're channeling your inner self. We're
Okay.
channeling your past lives, your
Mm-hmm.
current life, and even your kind of breaking your patterns for your future lives. And so, what a shaman does is helps navigate. So we break these patterns within families, within your soul self, within your lineage.
Mm-hmm.
And we help you identify things that maybe are from a past life through
Mm-hmm.
your energy. So when we reincarnate, it doesn't mean that we let go of all of the lives that we've have lived. There's still
Gotcha.
an energetic part of us that has that within us. And so when I'm doing a session, I'm checking your energetic soul. And sometimes things on our body get stuck from a past life. So, like a
Mm-hmm.
wound, or if you were beheaded, or if you were killed with a sword, you
Right.
may still have that wound on your energetic auric field.
Wow.
Yeah. And so as a shaman, I help you identify these things, remove them. It's kind of like an energetic surgery. So I'm doing
Nice.
surgery on your auric field to remove this wound or remove this energy and help you heal that. Because sometimes when we're going through life, something's triggered from the past. And so
Yes.
it will show up on the physical body, on the energetic body. So say like you're going through an emotional time and
Mm-hmm.
all of a sudden your shoulder starts to hurt. Well, there's emotion stuck there. And it also may be a past life wound that you can't physically see.
Okay, I'm gonna pause. Hold on. Okay, ready?
And so also, as a shaman, I help people identify beliefs and stories. So when we're growing up, we create these beliefs and stories, and we start to believe them as an adult.
Okay.
And so, what I help people do is go back to the origination of the story.
Mm-hmm.
And so, sometimes the story is related to a past life, which causes the wounds also. And so, I help that person identify if this is a past life issue or is it a current life issue.
Mm-hmm.
And what we do in a session is we recreate a belief in the story around what is true or what is not true and
Mm-hmm.
re-navigate a new belief into yourself.
Wow. So one thing I wanted to ask you is what type of training did you go through to bring out those gifts? Because it sounds like you're so passionate about them. Number one, and the other thing is it sounds like you were born to do it.
Yeah. Yeah. So when I started my journey 3 years ago, I had asked someone, I said, what is a shaman? And they're like, oh, you can research it, but I don't think that's what you want to do. Okay. So come 2 years later, I was very drawn to it.
Mm-hmm.
And I really didn't still know what I was putting myself into just yet.
Do we ever energetically?
No. No, not at all. And so it's a year-long journey where you're transforming yourself, literally. You're shedding basically layers of
Mm-hmm.
yourself to
Mm-hmm.
really hone in and discover who you are underneath all of these beliefs and stories
Oh,
that
that
you
is
grew up.
awesome.
Yeah. And so you go through the trauma, you go through the pain, you hold it, you embrace it, you work through it in a very gentle, very caring manner, connecting with your soul. And so I went through this journey for 9 months. It was a weekend at a time. So it was like four days. And then you would take a period to work on that direction. So the shamanic journey is through the directions, through the air, the fire, um,
Water.
water, and earth. And
Mm-hmm.
so through these directions, you're embodying what these directions bring to you. And you're also incorporating an animal. So you're becoming
Nice.
that characteristics of the animal and using that energy of the animal to help you transition into these kind of like tracking and knowing how to embrace this within yourself. So, for
Mm-hmm.
instance, we received serpent, which is shedding the skin,
Mm-hmm.
shedding the parts of you that no longer are you.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get the hummingbird. Hummingbird teaches you the nectar of life, how to find that nectar within your life and believe that you deserve goodness.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's jaguar. Jaguar helps you see in the light and in the dark, and how to see your own darkness, how to see your own self through the
Nice.
darkness. Yeah, to get to your own light being.
Yes.
And then we received also the ego. And so the ego soars high, And the ego allows you to see from high aspects, from
Yes.
the world of above, and
Mm-hmm.
see down below
The hidden
that
thing.
the obstacles are easy, that there's no need for challenge, there's no need for struggle.
Mm-hmm.
And so embodying these animals within myself and learning how to be like these animals,
Mm-hmm.
still being that animal of prey where you see above and then you go after what it is that you're desiring in a positive way.
Mm-hmm.
And learning how to look at life within an ego's eyes, you learn how to go after things not in an egoistic, but in a high dimension where you're working with spirit, you're working in coherence with that higher vibrational energy.
Awesome. Awesome. So
Yeah.
in a typical session with someone, say I came to you and I said, I don't even know what's wrong. I don't know, what's going on in my life, but I know something needs to change. And I'm at a crossroads, because I can see that you probably work with a lot of people that are at a crossroads in their life. They know they need to change, but they're not sure what the change is or even how to go about it.
Yes. I usually typically work with people that are starting off their spiritual journey, that
Okay.
the calling is there, but they don't know what the calling is yet, what
Gotcha.
spirit is guiding them to do. And
Mm-hmm.
so what I help them do is see what's internally affecting them, see what the emotion behind of the hiding from themselves is, and
Mm-hmm.
identifying kind of what is the trauma or what is the suppression that has been
Mm-hmm.
they've been having for maybe this whole lifetime, and
Oh,
how to
wow.
uncover the suppression, because I went through it, right? I suppressed myself for so long.
Yes.
And so we attract what we once were, because
Right.
it's a constant mirror. It helps us to identify what I went through and help somebody else with empathy and sympathy go
Right.
through it, and help them, not rescue them, but help them in a way where they grow, they
Mm-hmm.
develop, and they use these tools to help themselves.
Yes. Yes. And do you find that you can do that in one session, or do you do a package, or how do you do that usually?
So it it typically is a continuation.
Mm-hmm.
And what I do for people is I'll do one session and allow them to experience it first. And then
Mm-hmm.
they have the option to doing a package, because this kind of work is not for everybody.
Right.
You have to be willing to get within. You have to be willing to do the work for yourself. You
Yes.
have to be willing to go through that darkness
Mm-hmm.
within yourself. And so it may not be for everyone, and that's
Right.
okay. And
Mm-hmm.
so I like to allow them to see and experience it. And then if they want to jump into more of an extension of it where it's a longer period of time, then I do offer that. And, I tell people you can do the extension part, or you can just keep coming back. And most of them will just keep coming back. And what this work is more of, you have to process it. You have
Mm-hmm.
to allow some time, because it
Yes.
is a profound healing. It's a
Mm-hmm.
profound shift. And there may need a little time frame to cultivate it
Mm-hmm.
and kind of digest it, because it can be a lot in one
Mm-hmm.
session that
Right.
comes up, that you're not ready to face it. And
Mm-hmm.
so some people are ready, and some people it takes a little bit more time, and that's okay.
Mm-hmm. So in essence, you try real hard to do bite-sized chunks because you find that most people can't handle it all at once, right?
Yes. And so
Because,
that's the perfect part of working as a shaman, because all of the work is done with guidance from above.
mm-hmm,
It's not me, it's the channel that I allow to come through me. The channel of guidance that I allow, I get myself out of the way. I get my ego out of the way. And
gotcha.
I allow spirit to do the work through my hands, through removing this energy with the guidance and the direction of spirit telling me, look at this area, help them with this, this is what's going on, bring this to the attention. And so starting off as a medium before and moving into the shamanic journey, um, being the medium and connecting in that way has helped me to identify more things as the
Mm-hmm.
shaman, and help me to really navigate the parts of me that I was not allowing to flow through. And now as a shaman, it's this higher guidance, this higher vibrational energy, because on the mediumship it's kind of down here. The shamanic
Mm-hmm.
is up here.
Gotcha.
And kind of like the Akashic records. Have you ever heard of the Akashic records?
Oh, yeah. Tell us about that.
So the shamanic is kind of similar to the Akashic records, because we do navigate past life stuff. And
Mm-hmm.
so I would say the shamanic work that I do is on that Akashic level, is working with the masters and the teachers, the ones that are the knowledgeable ones, that we don't have to question the information. The information is real. The information is clear. The
Mm-hmm.
channel is not fuzzy. The channel
Right.
is the channel.
Gotcha. So you don't even have to worry about it or think about it.
No, it just, you're
It just
automatic
is.
in flow. Yeah.
That is awesome. So what
Yeah.
I'm going to do is I really want you to look into my energy in the way that you do and tell me a little something so that you can share with the people just a little snippet of what you do so that, when they're ready to reach out to you, they already have an idea that you are somebody that they can work with.
So immediately when you started to say that, so not only can I see your soul self, I can physically feel on my body.
Mm-hmm.
So as soon as you said that, I started to feel in my solar plexus, in my stomach area, um, a lot of heaviness. And
Mm-hmm.
so there's some stuck energy in your solar plexus area that you hold on. It's mostly like sadness. I feel a little frustration in your solar plexus area. Um, I don't know if you're starting to get headaches or your third eye is starting to awaken, but as soon as we got on the call, I started to get a lot of pressure in my temple and like
Mm-hmm.
here. And
Mm-hmm.
so you may be experiencing some shifting that's causing this third eye to kind of like explode more, but you're resisting it a little bit, is
Mm-hmm.
what I'm picking up from your energy. And you're there's a little bit of frustration of things not happening as fast as you want them to happen.
Mm-hmm.
um, what I'm getting from your energy is you're learning the lesson of patience. That's one of your
Yes.
life lessons, is to have patience.
Yes.
And so when things don't go as quick as you anticipate them, it's because your higher self knows that there's a period of pause, there's a period of silence, there's a period of slowing down, because you
Mm-hmm.
like things to go, you like the adrenaline of things happening fast. And so when things are not happening as fast, that's when you get bored. And so how can you use your energy to help yourself? And it's really going within and allowing your third eye to guide you more, instead of trying to control how everything is going to align. surrendering is the word I'm hearing for you, is to really surrender to the process.
Uh-huh.
Because I feel like things had been very, very slow, and now it's kind of like it's like a ticking bomb. Everything's about to shift, but you need to be prepared. And so you're feeling that intensity, and so allowing yourself to really move through it and deal with the emotions, because the
Mhm.
emotion right now is frustration. And so looking at where are you frustrated within yourself? Where are you not allowing yourself to really expand? You say you want it, but then there's that frustration that comes up from that little girl that's frustrated of not being heard. And so really connecting with your little girl and seeing where that frustration is coming. What's the foundation of that frustration? It's
Wow.
not what's going on right now. It's something that was occurring or happening. The age I see is like 7 or 8 from your
Mm-hmm.
little girl.
Mm-hmm.
So going within and kind of just meditating and seeing where is that frustration surfacing from that time of your life when you were 7 or 8. I feel like there was stuff going on with school, with family, and she's just like huffing and puffing. Like she's very frustrated right now. And so that's kind of the energy that I'm feeling within your soul self. Does that make
That
sense?
is I'm going to tell you how amazing that is. That's exactly, because the thing is like you, I knew that I was meant to be something else all
Mm-hmm.
my life. Since I was a little girl, I used to see, and I don't even know if I should say this, but I used to see dead people. And not in a typical sense, but I would see them like I would look at somebody and I would look at them and I would see them in the casket. You know what I mean?
The
And
way that they pass, like their funeral and things like that.
exactly what they had on, the dress or whatever. It was a woman, I would see them exactly, and usually not long after they would die.
Oh, so you
Sometimes,
would have premonitions of people passing.
yeah. And
Oh,
all the time I didn't know. I mean, sometimes, because I was a little girl.
right.
Sometimes it would be, somebody that was sick, and I come from a deeply Pentecostal background,
Oh,
and
okay.
my grandmother was a pastor, teacher, preacher, evangelist, prophetess type.
Deep.
So, right? So they would be, praying for people to be healed and this, that, and the third, and I would see them in the casket, and I'm like, oh my God. And who do you talk to about that as a little girl?
Mhm.
So I would talk to my grandmother, and she was an amazing guide, and she was an amazing guide.
So that makes sense because when we're getting older, so what happens is when we're about 8 or 9, the
Hmm.
gifts will either stay or we will suppress them. And
Yes.
so that's where the frustration comes from, is you not knowing and nobody there to navigate and help you. So that's
Yes.
what that little girl, yes. So now that makes sense what
Hmm.
she's frustrated about. So
Right.
now that as an adult, you're navigating this again, she doesn't know what's going on. She doesn't know how to understand that because she's made a story around it. Nobody's going to listen to me. Nobody's going to understand me.
And she shut it down,
Yes.
because that's what you do. You
Right.
say, and you don't want to appear, because I don't know about you, but I always been kind of black sheepish.
Hmm.
So
Yeah,
you don't want
I
to
was.
appear anymore, the strange one.
Well, my belief was everybody could see like me. So I never said anything.
Right.
Never said anything to my parents. I never said because I had the belief that everybody could see just like me.
And then later you learn that that wasn't the case.
No, yeah. That was not a belief. That was true. Not everybody can see. And yes, we all have the abilities to to kind of maybe develop that, or you
Mm-hmm.
may not have that ability, and it's okay because you have a different, stronger ability. So we each come in here with the abilities that are needed for us to go through this life.
Right.
So it doesn't mean that somebody's less than or not the same as you. It's just they have a stronger ability that maybe I don't have.
Right.
And they know how to navigate it different or better than I do. And that's okay.
Mm-hmm. And it's not a judgment zone. It's like a
No.
judgment-free zone, you know?
Yeah. You help each other build each other in your abilities.
That's
And
powerful. That's powerful.
yeah. And
Because the thing
so
is, oh, go ahead.
oh, I was going to just say that's what I help teach people also, like with the shamanic sessions, is how to
Mhm.
identify these things, how to identify their strongest gifts so that they eventually don't have to keep coming to me, right? Because
Yes.
naturally we want to teach others how to heal themselves, how to
Yes.
be that healer within
Yes.
themselves,
Yes. Now,
because we don't have it.
do you have a healer that you use? Because the thing that I'm learning is that as a healer and as I navigate this journey for myself, I'm learning that just like massage therapists need a massage
Hmm.
therapist, and
Yes.
doctors need a doctor, healers need other
A
healers,
healer. Yes,
you know.
exactly.
So do you have a community where you have other healers that you can go to when you need?
Yes, I have my shaman sisters that I went through my journey with that I rely on, and we exchange with each other and other shamans that I know. So, yes, I definitely get my healing done because I'm human. I'm human just as the next person. And so we all
I,
need
you
to
know
be
what?
healed.
I actually just put that together, and I actually had, my own healing, and that's probably what you were seeing when you saw me, because that was exactly what we covered, what you said.
Okay.
That's why I was laughing. I was like, man, oh my God, this is amazing, you know?
Yeah.
And it really is. It's like, wow, and I think that's the reason why we're so drawn to this healing work,
Mhm.
because we know how it can transform and change lives.
Yes. So what I say is to be a healer, you have to be healed.
Hmm.
You
I
have to
agree.
keep doing your healing. And to continue to heal others, you have to continue to heal yourself. The healing never stops. And
Right.
so you're always pulling back a layer and there's something else there to work on. And
Yeah.
so we're always learning, we're always growing, we're always imperfect. We're never going to be perfect. We're imperfect humans that are living a human experience and learning how to navigate it in a spiritual way.
Oh, that's awesome. That's powerful. I really like that. You should put that on your website. Because that is amazing. Because the thing is, you know, people are awakening every day. This is what I'm seeing. And I can tell when I meet them, whether they're awake or whether they're not. You
Mhm.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
And just like you said, for me, it's like I can feel that my third eye is something that I think I had purposely tried to make sure that it wasn't open, because
Mhm.
I didn't want to see
Right.
for a long time. So, but now since I've been on this journey, and I did Reiki and certified in that and mastered and all that, and then I also did theta healing, and I'm certified in that as well.
Oh,
And
nice.
yeah, it's amazing. And the thing is I'm learning is that all these energy modalities, they're all connected, and they
Yeah.
all give you whatever it is that you need,
Yeah.
for
So what I see it as is like, so Reiki is here and then there's other
right.
energetic fields that are higher than
Yes.
Reiki. And so as your ascension is happening, you're going to align to whatever spirit is bringing to you for the next ascension.
Yes.
And
I agree with that.
yeah, and so like theta healing is probably higher than the Reiki healing because
Oh
theta
yeah.
healing is the brain. It focuses on the subconscious mind. It goes into that more emotional state.
Right. It helps you to pull those beliefs and, go to the creator. And I'm like, cause I'm like deep studying now, you know what I mean? It's like, wow, and I'm learning and I'm seeing and I'm opening up, to things that to me, I already been through a lot of this in my past lives.
Right. Yes.
Because most
9 times out of 10,
healers.
we've been a healer in a previous life, in some lifetime.
Right.
You just don't become a healer. You already have had past lives as a healer.
Yes. It's like you are a healer.
Yeah.
And I think for me as well, I was having this problem embracing that part of it, saying and coming out and speaking, I'm a healer, because I didn't resonate with coach. I don't even like that at all, because it's just too overused. It's too much. And, I don't want that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And it's funny you bring that up, because even like when I went through my shamanic journey, there's a part where we say I am and whatever you get. So we're like ascending, and then we get an I am. And mine was I am God. And at first I'm like,
ooh,
how am I God? Right? How can I be God? But each and every one of us is God, because we are
that's awesome.
essence of God, right?
Yes.
Because we're living God's energy. We're embracing the love that God has put in us. And so we are God in an essence.
Yes.
When we allow his work, or her work, however you believe God
Mm-hmm.
is, because we don't know, right? And
right.
It's just an energy force. And when we allow God's force to flow through us, that's when the healing happens. That's when that transformation gets to happen in front of you.
Oh, girl. That is some powerful stuff. You know what? I am so excited just to be able to sit and talk to you here. And I'm gonna post this on YouTube. We're gonna post it on Facebook. I'm gonna tag you. That way you can, you can pull it and put it on your page. Because this is powerful information and people need to hear it. And I'm so excited to be able to talk to you. And I knew that it was destiny and that we were supposed to do it because we had such a hard time hooking up.
Yeah.
It's like, let's do this.
Be a vibrational
frequency
in the right moment.
Exactly. So that's why I said, well, we're gonna flow with it, and however it comes, that's what we're gonna do. And that, like you said, is the lesson that I'm doing, is the patience and the flow. Because I feel like all my life I've been basically in masculine energy, because I push.
Yes.
Right?
Me too. Yeah.
I was going to say, you and I have that in common, because you just start pushing. And then when you start doing these coaching programs and you got these people going, well, you got to push, and you think that that's right. But as you evolve in spirit, you realize that's not right.
No,
well, one
they're
thing
not aligned with themselves.
Exactly.
They're aligned with their ego, but not with themselves.
Exactly. And I'm like, no, I can't do that. And so now I'm learning that, certain things I'm pulling back from because I'm just not there and I'm not aligned with that. And I realized too that a part of me, when I start having, just like you said, the headaches I had, which I'm not a headache person. I rarely have them. I used to have them when I had my menstrual cycle, but I've been relieved of that, set free.
Well, the headaches are about not validating yourself. And so you have been validating yourself more. So that's why you release the pain and the pressure there, because as you're awakening, that's validating who you are.
Yes. Yes, because it's funny that you say that, because I did a video one day and I said, I've been thinking about this thing. So I said, but I am a healer, because there's a part of you that says, you are afraid to put yourself out there. Yes. And say, this is who I am.
Know who's going to attack.
Yes.
But it's that judgment that we have to work on.
Yes.
because we're judging ourselves based on our upbringing or how society has made us conditioned to judge
Yes.
others and their journey and not embrace each other and the journey that each other is going on.
Yes, yes, you're right. And that's the thing. And it's so amazing that, the work that you're doing, I admire it so much. And, and I don't know if you know, but I've been following you since basically we met that one time when I did you that little card reading on one of those sites. I
Right.
don't even know what group that was in now, but it was some group, and I think I offered a couple of free card readings, and I did yours, and I was like, man, because I checked your energy,
Yeah.
and I was like, man, this girl is something, and then I gave it to you, and you're like, yeah, 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 I'm gonna have to, check that out.
Yeah. And to be honest with you, I don't really allow many people in my energetic space. So
We're the
that's
same in
just
that way.
intuitively, spirit guides me to the right person that I need to learn something from or experience something from.
Yes,
And I'm very particular with who I allow in my space now because I've had experiences where, not everybody is true to what they say. And so
yes, yes,
we have to protect our energetic being in our energetic space and teach
yes.
love and teach, what we're meant here to be.
Yes, and that's so amazing that you say that, because that's something to me. I think I've always done that, because
Mhm.
even growing up, I think that was something that I probably learned from another life. But I didn't allow people to just hug me, and I didn't hug everybody, and I don't like people touching me.
Yeah, 'cause it's like sharing energy and
Exactly, and I never realized that until now
right
on
now.
this journey. Why? Because I mean I would people would like come and try to hug me and stuff, and I would just back up or tense up, or I would just kind of dip, because I'm like no, and and my daughter is exactly the same.
Yeah, I
She
watch my daughter too. Like if she's being weird with somebody or not allowing them in her space,
yeah
I really look at that because she's very intuitive and
yes
she knows energy. And
yes
so sometimes I'll look at her behavior and see how she's feeling over there. And I'm like, okay, so I need to just be a little more aware of what's going on right now because she's
hmm
picking up something that maybe I'm not picking up just yet.
right, because they're more pure anyway.
Yes,
And they're not
exactly.
so corrupted. And like I took a class recently and it was talking about bewitched and I Dream a Genie. I was like, okay. And then they were talking about one of those movies with the psychic thing, and you know
Hmm.
how they come on and they do this thing, and and all of a sudden, oh, they're getting this vision and blah 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 blah. And so the course was like, yeah, no. Not talking about a TV psychic. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because that was something also that I just, I couldn't lean into that, even though I knew that those were gifts that I had
Right.
and I use them. I just never, I just didn't label them. You know what I mean?
Right. You didn't know what that ability or what that was. And now you can put the connection and the
Yes.
word to it or
Yes.
the strength to it because now you're acknowledging it.
Yes. Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely.
So a lot of times where people are like, yeah, I just know that. And it's like, well, because your intuition is telling you, yeah,
hmm
whatever. It's just what did some people say? It was just my
Gut feeling.
yeah, my gut. They really refer it as a gut, but it's intuition. Yeah,
hmm
same thing. Whatever you want to name it, it's the same.
Exactly, and it's funny that you say that, because that was something that came to me. Because I don't know if you know, I have a lead magnet. It's called Intuition Is Not Woo Woo.
Mm-hmm.
And I sat down and Spirit gave me that thing, and I wrote that thing out and put it together. And, and I've had people that told me, you need to sell this. And I
Mm-hmm.
said, no, I didn't get that. Spirit told me to
To
give it.
share it.
to share.
Oh,
And it's just really telling people that, intuition ain't no woo-woo thing. Intuition is something that we all have, that we need
yes.
to develop and we need to trust.
We need to
And
embody it and use it.
yes, yes, embody it and embrace it and just hold it like a baby and, and use it. So that was something that Spirit had given me. And I was like, wow. So now I'm at a place where I'm like, okay, so now I've done that. So where else do you want me to go, with that? Because I know that that's like an open door, kind of like what you
First
said about
level.
Reiki. Right. It's
The
like
first
Reiki.
level to many levels.
That's why I told somebody, I said, it's like Reiki is, I called it like a gateway drug.
Yes.
You
And
know
it's
how,
also, I've heard it's a back door to allowing your energy to stay open for that individual to come in at any time.
okay.
Yeah. So
Wow.
that's what I've heard. It's a back door for others to come in the back way instead of front way. So I got my I actually got the Reiki holy I think it's a holy fire Reiki.
Okay.
But
I just
it
heard about
wasn't
that one.
really, yeah, it's the masters and then there's a holy fire. But there was a point where I stopped doing it because it didn't feel in alignment anymore with me. And then I realized why, because it was a back door for others to get into my space.
Okay.
Yeah. And
The,
so,
the funny thing is that is exactly with me. I mean, like I said, I did it and I appreciate it and I was grateful for it, but I felt like it was just something to open me up to whatever I was supposed to do and to the journey that I was supposed to take, just to, because of all the meditations that you do and the things that you begin to train your body to do in that process. I believe it was just, it was like an open door. How they say, like, marijuana is the gateway to all those other things, cocaine, heroin, all these other drugs and stuff, meth or whatever. And I kind of felt like that about that. It's like, okay,
yeah,
this opened me up to, to
where I
spirit in a
needed to
different
be.
way. Right.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not something that, because sometimes I don't even mention that I'm not certification because I don't really do that. But I take things from it,
Right.
and,
You
and
learn aspects and you build your abilities based on that energy. But
yes,
now that you've grown and your energies expand, that energy no longer matches you.
right. And it's like, okay, I'm, and people are asking me things and I'm like, yeah, well, and then the other thing is I realize I do things quite completely different from anybody else. But I know now it's like I'm embracing it and it's me,
Yes.
you
You
know?
eventually find your own connection, you find your own downloads, you find your own spiritual essence that the masters and the teachers and the loved ones and the hierarchy wants to give to you, right? And
Mm-hmm.
it's unique to you, it's unique to your journey, and
Yes,
it will never be the same as anybody else's because your connection is your connection.
yes.
That may be not other people's connection or their strength or their being is not ready for that connection.
Oh, that's
Does that
awesome.
make sense?
That is awesome. All right, my dear. Well, this has been amazing. I have enjoyed it so much.
I
I
know we could
almost,
be here all day, right?
I know. I was like, I almost don't want to stop, but I gotta go put a uniform on and get dressed.
Okay. Well,
But
thank
I
you
have
again.
truly enjoyed it. I want you to let the people know how they can get in touch with you, how they can, if they can, for your page or your website or whatever you have. I want you to share that with the people so that way they know how to get in touch with you.
Yeah.
And any last words you want to say?
So on Facebook, my name is Shaman Erica. You can also visit my website, angelerica.com. And you can find all of my information on there. I do have Instagram also, Shaman Erica as well. So, yeah, just thank you, Tammy. And I love to be in this conversation with you and I enjoy it. So, thank you again for this connection again with you.
Okay, hold on, hang on. All right, so this is my guest, Erica Mariscal, and I have enjoyed this conversation with her, and I hope that you have as well. And I'm so thankful and grateful that you stopped by to check out our podcast, Straight Out of Savannah, Talking with Tammi. My guest, Erica Mariscal, she is an amazing, awesome shaman, and I would invite you to check her out on Facebook, on Instagram, check out her website, and see if it's something that you can have her do for you, because she is so amazing with energy, y'all. I just absolutely love her, and we have been friends for a minute. I consider her one of my amazing sisters, and so I would invite you to check her out and make sure that you like, share, and subscribe, because remember, sharing is caring. So we're gonna pop off here today, but I'll be definitely checking back again. And I'm so excited that you have decided to join us on Straight Out of Savannah, Talking with Tammi, with my guest Erica Mariscal, an awesome, amazing shaman. So thank you so much, Erica, for joining. I have truly enjoyed this conversation. I can't wait. I'm gonna post it like as soon as I can. It'll either be tonight or it'll be tomorrow because I gotta get dressed. But I just really enjoyed this conversation, and we'll definitely have to do it again. All right.
Likewise. Thank you and take
Thank you.
care.
All right, babe. I'm gonna stop recording.